Welcome back. This is episode 77 of the Veterinary Business Video Show. This episode made possible with the support of Veterinary Practice Magazine. In today's show, we'll see one way to stay profitable when the economy is tough. We'll take a look at some key numbers you need to track, and we'll hear about the Veterinary Hospital Managers Association. We'll consider the importance of 4 little words to engage your staff, and I'll offer you my quick business tip for this episode. I'm John Sheridan, and this is the show that helps practice owners, managers and clinicians just like you to build your successful practice into a great business. I've just finished rereading the authorised biography of Alf White, the real James Herriot. Success in veterinary practice, particularly during the early decades of the 20th century, depended as much on the clinician's expertise with the art as well as with the science of veterinary practice. James Herriot was skilled at both, but he was a master as an observer of his patients and his clients and in the art of practice. Since those days, the science has progressed by leaps and bounds, and an accurate diagnosis based on the comprehensive use of all the laboratory, imaging and other diagnostic technology which is available nowadays is considered essential as the first step in treatment by many clinicians. All of this, however, adds to the manpower and overhead costs for the practice and the price to the client, just at a time when household and business budgets are under constant pressure. Do you think that all that technology has resulted in a decline in the importance of the art of veterinary practice and our ability to communicate with our clients as well as James Herriot engaged with his? Here's a clip in which Jeff Werber, a vet in Los Angeles, argues that one way to stay profitable when the economy is tough is to focus on the art of practice and engage more effectively with your clients.
I think when it comes to a difficult economy, the best thing to do is understand one thing, that we need to practice better medicine in the sense that we all can't have the Rolls Royces. So we all can't offer. If everybody really could afford a Rolls Royce, we'd all have them. We'd have big, fat, 8,000 square foot mansions, but we don't because we can't afford it. Not everybody who walks into our doors can afford the Rolls Royce of the treatment that we would love to give. So what makes us good is to be able to provide a really darn good Chevrolet. Something that's gonna work, it's gonna give us results. We're gonna use a little bit more of our heads. We have to do a little bit more thinking, a little bit more reasoning. A good example of Chevrolet versus Rolls, I mean, if I have an animal that comes in and is having a lot of problems, vomiting, diarrhea, and ideally, yes, I'd love to do all the blood work, right? I'd love to do my x-rays, maybe an ultrasound. I think that what we need to do is we need to get a really thorough history. What are the likelihood, by the way the dog is acting, that it's obstructed? What am I really gonna learn from that x-ray? Yes, it would be great to have it. But might I do better for now by doing a thorough palpation? Doesn't feel like we have a huge problem in there. I'm not getting a lot of pain. Maybe I'll learn more from my blood test. Let's do the blood test first. See if we get an answer. Start some treatment. If it's a small dog, you might offer sub-Q fluids instead of IV fluids. Work with your client. I find that the loyalty that builds is great. And also I find this, when you give options and the client knows that it may not be the best option, but it's a good option. They also know, because we're good at what we do, what really the ideal would be. We can't afford it, so we're gonna try this instead. We'll try this first, see how it goes. If it doesn't work, that client